Hello again, guys. Welcome. Trust you've been finding those winners during the course of the week, as we now look forward to Race Coast racing on the weekend. On Sunday, we are racing at Hollywoodbets Greyville in KZN, and on Saturday, we're in Cape Town at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth for a 9-race program that gets underway at 12:40. Good to have you along for the preview of this meeting. Weather-wise here in Cape Town, it has been sunny, it's been warm, but it has been windy. So do take that into account when you are studying form ahead of the weekend. I thought a nice punter-friendly card. There are a couple of horses that stand out here and there. In other races, you need to play with a bit of cover. In fact, put in as many as the budget allows, or put in as many as you like. Then just play a bigger perm and take a smaller percentage, because it's all about ending up in the winning queue at the end of the day. Now, don't forget the exotic starts from race 2 onwards. And your punter challenge entries, those of course need to be on 5 minutes before the off of race number 1. Let's get straight into the action. First race has a small field of just 6 runners. I took down the anti-post market prior to us pre-recording the show, and I'm looking no further than the odds-on favourite number 5, That'll Be the Day. I see opened at 1.11, has come into 0.83 on Hollywoodbets.net. Other those also ran a cracker last time out when narrowly beaten over this trip at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Now, if you look at the form, you'll see that his best runs have come over the minimum trip. What is interesting, on both those occasions, he was fitted with blinkers. Guess what's happening on Saturday? He's back over the minimum trip of 1,000 metres. He's got the blinkers fitted, and he's now got apprentice Bungani, who takes the 4 kilos off the back on board. So he's got everything going to unsaddle in the number 1 box. So I'm looking no further than number 5, That'll Be the Day, to beat number 4, Moody Blue. For third, I'm going with 1, Pretty Boy, and fourth, number 6, Eternal Diamond. Moving swiftly on to race number 2, opening leg of the bipot. 13:15 is the off time of race 2, a B Stakes. Small field of just 7 to line up at the 1,000 metre mark. And even though there are 2 horses that look above average, I was looking for a bit of value and was looking elsewhere, and I see the value for the horse that I've been looking at is gone, because they've backed that horse from 2.5 to 1 into 1.67 to 1, and that is number 6, Little Boy Blue. The 2 horses above average I was referring to are number 3, Winter Snap, who's at 2.27 to 1, returns from a 38-week break, and number 2, Black Cheetah, who's at 3.57 to 1, and returns from a 22-week break. While number 7, Elusive Winters, also at 3.57 to 1. I was, of course, looking at number 6, Little Boy Blue, as my first choice selection. He found one too good on the poly last time out, and the form of that race has been franked by a horse called Andy Cool, who has subsequently come out and won. Now, he certainly would have come on with the benefit of that run under the belt. He should strip a whole lot fitter second run after rest. He makes his Cape Town debut and should start his summer campaign on a winning note. So I'm going 6, Little Boy Blue, to beat number 3, Winter Snap, 2, Black Cheetah, 7, Elusive Winter. Race 3 is the first leg of the place accumulator. 13:50 is the off time of this B Stakes, to be run over 1,400 metres, and here you can scratch number 6, Goodness Gracious Me. This is where we have the best bet on the card, and that's number 2, Gimme Rules. If you look at that last run, you will see that he was slow into stride. He had to shift at the 300 metre mark, but he finished off very impressively to win going away, and he won that race by 2.5 lengths. The horse that finished third behind him that day was a horse called One Liner, who has subsequently come out and won to give that form line a solid boost. He certainly will enjoy the step up to 1,400. He comes into this race carrying just 55.5 kilograms. He's having his peak run, so he should be cherry ripe to continue about his winning ways. I'm going 2, Gimme Rules, to beat number 1, Jet Force. For third, I'm going with number 7, that is Late December, and fourth, I'm going with number 4, San Pedro. Race number 4 is the opening leg of the pick 6. 14:25 is the off-time race 4. It's an apprentice D Stakes where 9 runners will line up at the 1,400 metre mark. Bit of a wide-open affair, this one. You can get 2.27 to 1 about number 3, Flying South. 8 Mellor Strength is at 2.86 to 1. Then you can get 3.33, number 4, Cedar Point. 6.67 to 1, number 2, Mariaki Madness. and 8.33 to 1 about number 7, Trey Chic. So you probably could make a case for about 2 or 3 of them in this race, and you need to put in about 2 or 3 to safely see you through, the pick 6 especially, and possibly 2 or 3 in the PA as well. I'm siding with number 8, Mellow Strength, as my first choice selection. Last time out, kept finding and kept challenges at bay all the way to the wire when winning by half a length. Hit the front of the 150-metre mark that day and just kept going all the way to the line. Now that form line has been franked by multiple horses, including Prince of Tibet to finish 2nd, Dream Searcher who finished 6th, and Boundless Lover finished 8th. They've all subsequently come out and won. And it's good to see that apprentice Girish Asamo Bethia retains the ride. With luck in running from a deep draw, I do think he can follow up with another win. So I'm going 8, Mellow Strength, to beat number 4, Cedar Point, 3, Flying South, and 2, Mariaki Madness. Race 5 is leg 1 of Jackpot 1. This is a Class 4 benchmark 82, where we have 12 runners to line up at the 1950-metre mark, and here I'm looking no further than number 9, Gallic Victor, currently 1.11 on Hollywoodbets.net from an opening call of 1.52. Now this horse won on debut, and then follow that up with a good second, last time out over 1600 metres. That day, lost a length, but was finishing very strongly in the closing stages, thus will enjoy the step up to 1950 metres. In all likelihood, Gallic Victor will drop out and race from off the pace, but you can be guaranteed we'll be cutting back the deficit with each and every stride in the run to the wire, so I'm looking no further than 9, Gallic Victor, to beat number 4, Gentleman Joe, 1, Heel and Soul, and 4th, number 3, King's Quest. That takes us on to race number 6. It's a Class 4 Fillies and Mares benchmark 82. 9 runners will line up at the 1800-metre mark, and this is leg 1 of Jackpot 2. Here we have quite a few of them renewing rivalry, the likes of 1, Heliotrope, 2, Double Dash, 6, Beautiful Side, 7, Princess of Bayou, 8, Beneath the Clouds, and also 9, Lavender Bay, all renewing rivalry on that Strawberry Thief form line. So, quite a few of them are of course meeting each other on different weight terms as well. Where do I go in race number 6? I'm going to side with number 1, Heliotrope, as my selection in race number 6. You're of course going to have to include more than just Heliotrope. You'll have to include the likes of possibly American Beauty, My Only Weakness, even Beautiful Side, Beneath the Clouds, and Lavender Bay, if you want to safely see yourself through this leg of the exotics. But my first choice happens to be number 1, Heliotrope, always there or thereabout. You'll see last time out finished 4th, beaten 1.8 lengths behind the Strawberry Thief. She's now 5 kilos better off at the weights, with the more fancied Lavender Bay for a 1.75 length beating. So that to me is enough to turn the tables. If you look at the form, you'll see she's also ideally course and distance, or rather distance suited. For 9 runs, she's won twice and finished 2nd twice. She jumps from pole position, so we'll have the run of the race. She also comes in here with just 50.5 kilos on her back. Apprentice Bungani's plus half a kilogram, so he only takes off 3.5 kilograms. But with that paper stamp on her back, she can bounce back to winning ways. So I'm going 1, Heliotrope, to beat number 9, Lavender Bay, 8, Beneath the Clouds, and 5, My Only Weakness. We move on to race number 7 on the card, and this is an Apprentice D Stakes, where 10 runners will line up at the 1100-metre mark, and this is also quite a competitive race. You can get 3.57 to 1 about number 9, Wint on the Green. 4, Avenir is at 5 to 1. I missed one. Number 8, Ozak is at 4.55 to 1. 7.14, number 6, Champagne Mac. 8.33, number 7, Mrs. Shackleton. And double figures and upwards, the others. Now here there are also a couple that are renewing rivalry, the likes of 1, Gravity, 4, Avenir, also 9, Wint on the Green, and 10, Easy Living on that Country Time formland. Now, there was not much to choose between number 4, Avenir, and number 9, Wint on the Green the last time they met. In fact, there was 0.4 lengths separating the two of them. They meet on exactly the same terms, and there should be precious little between the two of them again. However, in this instance, I'm siding with number 4, Avenir, and I'll tell you why. When they last met, Avenir raced wide all the way around the turn and into the straight, and but for that could have finished a whole lot closer to the action. And I do think if Avenir goes handy, or goes off to set the pace, or kicks away at the right time, could be hard to peg back in the run to the wire. So I'm going 4 Avenir to beat number 9 Winter on the Green, 8 Ozark, and 6 Champagne Mac. Penultimate race on the program is race number 8. It's a Class 4 benchmark 82, where we have 8 runners who will line up at the 1,000 metre mark. Here, number 2 Churchillian is at 2-1. Next on offer is 4-1 about number 5 Demanding Dave from an opening call of 5-1. 4.55-1 number 6 Major Apollo. 4.55-1 number 1 All About L. And you can get 6.25-1 and upwards the others. I'm going to be siding with number 2 Churchillian as my selection in race 8. Now this horse lacked a bit of extra last time out, but to me that was showing signs of needing the run. The form line of that run was of course franked, as I mentioned earlier when we were chatting about Gimme Rules, by one Liner, who finished third and has subsequently come out and won. Now, Churchillian is also ideally course and distance suited for 2 runs, has won once and finished third once. She'd also strip fitter second run after rest, and I do think can bounce back to winning ways. So I'm going 2 Churchillian to beat 1 All About L, 6 Major Apollo, and 3 Mexican Pete. That takes us on to the final event on the program, and if all goes according to plan, 17:20 is the off time of race number 9. It's a Class 4 Fillies and Mares benchmark 82, where 10 runners will face the starter at the 1,000 metre mark, and here I'm looking no further than the favourite, number 5 Inside Story. Currently 1.82-1 on Hollywoodbets.net. Now, Inside Story followed up the maiden win with an even more impressive win thereafter, and that was over the strip at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Absolutely cruised to victory that day, has been off for about 10 weeks and picked up quite a hefty penalty for that last win. I do think that Inside Story would have strengthened up in the time he's been off. He's also that's still improving, and I do think can bring up the hat-trick in a race of this nature. So I'm going 5 Inside Story to beat number 6 Love Shack, who incidentally happens to be 5 kilos better off for a 4.5 length beating, so I can't see that the form will get reversed. For third, I'm going with number 9 Oktoberfest, and fourth, number 1 Dame of Tricks. And that takes care of our preview of racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. Trust you'll have an enjoyable and profitable afternoon's racing. Till next time, from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Cheers for now.